Oh, good morning. Tuesday, December the 10th. Although I'm not officially celebrating anything, I did see that it is indeed Dewey Decimal System Day, if that's even a thing anymore. Yeah, I have no work, no plans. I'm just going to take the day as it comes. I'm currently listening to can't see it, but listening to the morning news, which is mostly about the Luigi, the fellow that is accused of having a gripe against the medical insurance company and taking out that CEO last week. Well, it was quite surprising what is coming around with that guy. You know, he was from a prominent family, a wealthy family. Um, the one thing that does make a difference is he has recently gone through a very, very painful surgery and very, very painful time with back problems. So maybe he had to take a look into how the other side have to live with the healthcare system. Apparently, his family owned a group of nursing homes and country clubs. So I could see how all medical expenses would probably be covered for him. But maybe during his medical journey, he's had 26 years old. It's not like he's had a long life so far, but maybe when he was going through his own painful surgeries on his back and such, he got to meet some people that weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or well, maybe he was. Apparently, his grandfather was a real estate mogul in Maryland. Maryland. Anyways, that was a big surprise to find a young man from a prominent family with apparently not depending on whether he's being denied, but somebody who knew that people were. For instance, I'm a Canadian. I live in Canada. I have health care. I have health issues. And I feel fortunate. I can't imagine what it must be like to live just. I'm pretty well on the border here, a few miles south of here, and I have to be worried about something's going to take away, help alleviate your pain, or give you a little more time of life. You have to make that choice. And when there is no choice, or your family who for years and years and years after you're gone are still financially trying to dig themselves out. So apparently, he had a manifesto. The gun was 3D printed. McDonald's employee recognized him. Did he want to get caught, though? Maybe. How far was he going to be on the run? The manifesto, it mentioned, what did he parasites? In the plural, anyways. So maybe they stopped him before he moved on, or maybe just, taking the one life was enough to get his message across. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot more in the next few days. Anyways, this is not a good day for me. It's just like all my little pain issues are coming together to create a whole other little piece of paint art today. Yeah, I've got my I have Crohn's disease and IBS, so let's start off with being awoken at about 2:30 with a spastic bowel. That's always fun. Yeah. And then there's the other things, like my hair looks not good, but I'm not here for my hair. Yeah, so I'm having quite quite a spastic problem. But I do have medication for that, and that has been consumed. And there's the ongoing last illness of mine that began the first week of October. Mind you, that is getting better. I am feeling better for that. It's just, I think, having to rest. It's not easy having to rest. It oh, sounds easier than it is. Uh, well, I do have I am neurodiverse, and one of my triggers is the sensation, touch, and feeling, and all that. So not good. Yeah, so today's going to be definitely another day of rest and another day of watching holiday. Let me, where is, let's take a look at that playlist. My holiday 20th century Christmas holiday. I've made it to 1985, maybe 86 even. My playlist pop up. You can find it under my playlist here on the channel, and it's not going to cooperate. Here we go. Okay, let's go. Whoa, boy, I've watched a lot of holiday. Oops, wait a minute. No, we don't want to play that. Oh, stop. This has been. Anyways, I think I've made it to 1985. I might be in 86. I'm not going to go in there. I seem to have so many windows open, I might just lose myself in this live stream. Yeah, yesterday my GeoGuessr, I took it in the first game. So of course, I didn't play anymore, even though I said I wasn't going to do that because I ended up with far too many to play in the weekend. But I did take it in the first, so that was good. But yeah, I think today is, I don't have really have any choice in the matter. I'm just going to have to use my mind control. Where are we going? Totally. Okay, back to the news in the background, I guess. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so as far as that latest news story, that's going to probably be plenty of details coming out the next while. Other thing is Malibu. My goodness, I was having terrible wildfires there. I guess with the Santa Ana winds, that's what it is. Is just feeling that. I mean, oh boy, it's a rough time for a lot of people right now. I think you might find more positivity to talk about. No, I didn't win the lottery. It would be nice to win the lottery. I think I'd be quite positive. I'd have a much better studio to lay in bed and chat with myself and chat with whoever else is an early bird. And yeah, I actually didn't think I was going to be on here even half an hour ago. I accidentally made my coffee an hour early. You know, that automatic thing, load it up so I can turn it on later, but you automatically push that button and you forgot you push that button until you hear the coffee dripping. And think, well, by the time I have my coffee, it is going to be cold. Is it cold? Mm, not quite. Getting any further in finding out what's happened with the Schweitzer brothers. I did go to Ken Lawson's Facebook page for the Hawaii Innocence Project, but no updates there. Because yeah, these boys need, and their families, they need to get justice. The Pauline family, I'm trusted they should get justice too. They did lose a son in the end, even though it was their sort of lies and criminality that just created this reason they all ended up in jail. It's funny how when you go on live, you start realizing things about yourself that you don't like. Why do I do that? I don't smack my lips any other time. I think what it is my lips are dry. I don't want to lick them because my lips will be wet. Like I say, I have autism, so that whole sensation thing it becomes a big deal. Little things become a big deal, and that's one of them. Guess what? I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's just make this, let's just bring it on. Oh, I don't want to get a headache. No. Please, no migraines today. I've had enough wrong with me. But at least I'm chuckling. Yeah, this is not an easiest day for me. Oh, I'm no longer listening to the news. Yeah, I'll be watching more Christmas shows. Let's see if I can call it up now. Please. Okay, here we go. 1985. It's interesting to see how you really see how society have and what's expected, fashion and styles and everything has changed over the years. I did not do the Top of the Pops 1984. I'm going to do that last because I don't want to get whammed out of Whamageddon. Where was I yesterday? Okay, I was. Whamageddon. The Val Dunican's Very Special Christmas 1984. I so enjoyed that. He's Irish, but he's from England, so it was like a lot of the traditional English music and it's pretty hokey, but I enjoyed that. The EastEnders 1985, because I did watch EastEnders from the start. I quite brought back many memories and characters. Oh, I made it all the way to the L Christmas Special, 1987. So, with that, let's see. No. Yeah, I watched that. Sorry. No, how did I miss that? For some reason, I missed that one because I have watched the 1987 Merry Christmas Disney Parade and Christmas Surprise with Scylla. That's where Scylla, from the UK. I've watched most of that. All of Muppet Family Christmas. It'll Be All Right on Christmas night. ITV, 1987. That's as far as we made it. We got a classic Christmas. Christmas Comes to Willow Creek. Oh, Steve Martin as Santa on Johnny Carson. No, wait a minute. Johnny Carson as Santa. Steve Martin is mean to him. Episode 1 Life to Live from 1988. And The Bold and the Beautiful. Didn't watch either soap opera, but hey, I'll watch. And then we got over 25 minutes of early 90s Christmas commercials. So yeah, we're making ourselves in the 1990s. That is the plan today. Because it gets to be a very, very long day when you're an early bird and unmissed. You need to get those minutes to last, especially when I have no work to do today. I think this is the first day I've had nothing to promote, nothing to edit, nothing to proofread. Absolutely nothing. I gotta have at least something to proofread. Let me see. Anything to proofread. I do have 2 things to proofread. Slovenia Independence Day on the 26th of December and visit visit the Zoo Day on the 27th. So I proof those. And of course, continue putting my pages into Google indexed so that people can find me. Because it just has this chat room. It's very hello. Good morning. I was just going to say that this is a very lonely chat room. Just like my space on the internet right now. So good morning. Having my cup of coffee from the on the south side of my bed as opposed to the north side of my bed. She's been, good morning. I don't think I've met you before. I'm on bed rest. That's why. Most of my lives, which you've probably never seen because I don't recognize your name, are coming from my bed. I'm just curiously enjoying the morning, watching a bit, listening to a bit of the morning news, and figuring what I'm going to do with the rest of the hours of my day. And how's your day? How are you feeling today? I'm noting that I smack my lips when I'm on live. I don't do that in real life. My lips get dry, and it's a habit that I'm acquiring. I also have autism, so I sound a little bit eccentric because you're tired? Is your day just starting, or is your day being a long night of restlessness for one reason or another? I've been up for a couple of hours here. I'm on Vancouver Island. It's currently 5 a.m. and I've been up for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is the usual for me. I wish I was tired, but I did get a good night's sleep, and I've been on bed rest for 2 months, so I'm not putting a lot of energy out, so it's pretty hard. My day's starting. Like your day's just starting right now. Where are you in the world? So not you. Are you must be? So your day's just starting. I have to explain. I have autism sometimes. I have a hard time understanding the words. You're in Winnipeg. Whoa. Well, you've got a bit of a cold. You've got a bit of a colder weather than we do here on the Pacific Coast. My husband's from Winnipeg. I lived in Winnipeg for about a year when I was, I think, 7, and way back in the early 1960s. Yes, I did. I've actually got, on my playlist, I've got a 1990s, actually 1989 August, where I drive around Winnipeg, and the tragically hip hop film that they recently used. They were going to use a portion of that in the back for whatever, because they needed that kind of stock footage. I don't know if they did, if I haven't watched the show. Oh yeah, I bet it is freezing. I've got lots of my husband has relatives out there. I have relatives in Regina, and I was out there one winter. I think that was when the polar vortex came. So, oh my gosh, it was like 60 below or something. It was ridiculous. I mean, like I'm here. It's actually nice and toasty here. But you know how we are out on the coast. We get a day of snow, and it's like a national emergency. But yeah, so your day's just starting, and you had a late night. Did I get that right? Oh, yeah, I'm quite warm actually. But yeah, I'm just sort of hanging out. I have a website called gocybernaut.com. GOCYBERNAUT.com. So I usually my chat and tell you, like, I write about what's celebrated that day basically. And today's nothing celebrated except for the Dewey Decimal System, which I didn't write about. But yeah, this is sort of it's a network for neurodivergent people that don't like getting sent to websites that have all these pop-ups and pop-unders and ad servers and those things that drive everybody crazy. So yeah, I usually hang out and talk about what day it is. But today, celebrating nothing. I have absolutely no work today. I like to make lists. It's one of my things. So I'm making a playlist here on my channel somewhere of all 20th century holiday or Christmas or whatever television. I'm up to almost 1990, so I'll be watching that all day. It's remarkable some of the Let me turn off this news. We all know about the gun down in New York City story. And we're going into news big time. Yeah. I also tend to ramble on a lot. Not very many people come in and listen to me, so I'm surprised. I'm quite happy to see that I'm no longer alone this morning. But yeah, Winnipeg. All I can remember, the last time I was there was in the summer, and the mosquitoes. That was it. I don't want to be here. We went to St. Ambrose camping. I mean, we're talking. We're talking 1989 here. And I do have the videos, my home videos here. If you want to search around my channel, maybe want to see some old time 1990s Manitoba. At the time, my husband's uncle was like the minister of natural resources or something. So we went camping at St. Ambrose with his family. And we were treated like royalty. It was a beautiful beach, but oh my gosh. First of all, there was flies in the daytime, mosquitoes at night, and a tornado came. A tornado came. We had to leave. Actually, my sons at the time, they were quite young. They had like a G.I. Joe play tent. And the only thing the tornado took was that play tent and the top of the coffee pot. But yeah, there's my other than when I was 6 or 7, my experience in Manitoba. But my husband grew up there. Yeah, meet a lot of people out here that are from Manitoba. And then my husband's got relatives that they were going to come out here to visit. And they got to the Rockies and they stopped. So I said, "No, we're not going through that." Okay, you have a great day and stay warm. Thank you for stopping by this morning. Did you go to Half Moon? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember. There's a bird sanctuary all around there. It's a beautiful sandy beach. Well, maybe if you have time when you're not working, you can hunt up my my video. And you see. Oh yeah, another thing happened. A guy went out on a windsurfing thing and never came back. And his family came to camp and they never found him. I don't know what happened with that, but that was pretty strange. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to look at a map. I do remember there was a bird sanctuary there. It was absolutely beautiful. And it was a bird sanctuary. It was shaped like a half moon, I guess. Just remember it was St. Ambrose. And that was about it. Yeah, you have a good day and stay warm. Yeah, and I pop on from now and then. It gets pretty boring lying in bed all day. So maybe I'll catch you another time, when you're done work. You have a good day. Try to stay awake. Have a bit more of this. I don't know if you do Tim Hortons or actually I do. This is coconut coffee. So have a great day there. I don't want to keep you, make you late for your day. Or a great Dewey Decimal System day, if that even exists. And it's nice to meet you. And we'll listen to the news. I hope more people do too. I do have an actual medium Iowa that comes by, so hopefully she will. In the meantime, I'll sit here and have my coffee. Get my day first start. Oh boy, I'm using the wrong mouse for the wrong computer. I'm getting confused.
Tonight, Daniel Petty cleared of all criminal charges in that deadly chokehold that took the life of Jordan Neal on a New York City.
Enough news for the day. Let's see, what can we chat about? Good morning. I actually had somebody else in here chatting a little bit earlier from Winnipeg. Oh, so yeah, I'm having a rough start of the day, but um, noting that the only holiday today is Dewey Decimal System Day. I had to look that up because I have nothing I've written about. So today I have no work except to watch more Christmas shows. Made it in 1990s. Now, how was your? I hope your appointment went well yesterday. Your day went well yesterday. I actually tried popping on here a few times during the day and chatted with myself for about an hour each time. It's amazing how I can babble on so much for someone that never talks. I guess maybe I'm making up for lost time. But yeah, just taking it slow today. I got absolutely no plans. I can't even remember a time when I've had no plans. It was pretty, it's a different scenario. Oh, I'm glad. Good. I'm glad it went well. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was thinking that when I was sitting here alone in my chat room, I didn't even remember what I babbled on about yesterday. I'm sure it was interesting to myself. Oh, didn't get any further to find out what happened to the Schweitzer brothers. No updates there. But yeah, maybe not today. I haven't got much to do. Unfortunately, I think that whole system there of the law enforcement was quite crooked. So I don't know if we're ever going to get to the bottom of it. I just want the boys and their family to get justice. That's all. Get an apology for wrongfully wrongfully convicted. Mm. Yeah, the old man. I'm telling you, I'm going for everything today. See, I got the Crohn's spastic bowel. That's what woke me up. Stabbing pains. Love that. I got the TMJ happening. Oh, at least it's, the thing that has me in bed, this horrible illness I've had. Knock on wood. Is feeling better. That's feeling better. But it's like, okay, yeah, that's feeling better. Let's send all this other stuff that's been waiting in the sidelines at you. Oh man. Chronic pain is a tricky thing. And speaking of chronic pain, I don't know if you've heard any updates about the CEO shooter. It turns out, no, first of all, he's from a very prominent family, in Maryland. His grandfather was a real estate mogul. His family owned a series of nursing homes and country clubs. So obviously he is, he's not somebody who had to lose a family member because they couldn't afford to pay their medical bills to get cancer treatment. But I've heard that he's had, I guess, a terrible either back injury, something with his back, and had surgery. And apparently it was horrific surgery. He was in a lot of pain. Now I'm wondering if during his medical journey, he met other people that weren't as fortunate with him as him, that did rely on the insurance claims, because he did have a manifesto, you know. Oh well, the fact that you got you go only every 6 months. That's a good sign. You just gotta, flu season and all that. Just gotta really watch who you're around in that. I guess more than anything, eh? Um, yeah. But that's good that you don't have to go back for 6 months. I mean, um, I'm taking that it is. Because I know my husband with his cancer, he's only going every year, but if it was every 6 months, we were happy with that. But yeah. So I just been, I don't know, following that news, and I think we're going to learn more about this fellow Luigi. I can't pronounce his last name. I can't remember Mangaloni. I don't know. But then you got to weave through what's the real news and what's the fake news. But whatever it is, I mean, he's made his point. And it seems to a lot of people that feel for him. It's a big thing. He came from a wealthy family and everything. Maybe he saw, if it wasn't for his family, where would he be? He's a young fellow, too. And what else fires in Malibu. Gee, my jaw's clicking. Uh, it's only hard because, it only hurts when it's work. Only whoa, great. Let's just go for it all. Yeah, I put on the news, and I don't usually put on the news because it depresses me. Really, news is first thing in the morning. It's not always a good idea. But I do have a friend down in California. She's in Laguna. He's in Laguna. They're in Laguna. But in Malibu, Jesus, quite bad wildfires. I guess it's been going all night. With the wind feeling them, and they go through this it's like the people in the Midwest in the United States, and I guess in Alberta and whatever, Saskatchewan. They go through the tornadoes. The people in Florida, they go through the hurricanes. The people in California, well, they go through the wildfires, and the people in British Columbia that maybe, possibly, and California could go through the earthquakes. So these people say, well, why do they stay there? Well, it's their home. I guess there's no place. Is there any place on earth that's free from danger? I mean, I moved to paradise, and I thought, mind you, I did live 20 miles from an active volcano. I mean, the active vent, the volcano itself. And actually, my house was built in a little crater. But gee, when I was there, we had from geez, August to March, a drought, and I mean no water. People were using in some areas in Puna of Hawaii, people are on water catchment. It got to the point that they were using the water in their swimming pools for like washing and stuff. And I can remember going to a dinner party and asking if I could bring anything, and they said, yes, please bring bottled water. Gosh, so we had the drought, and then we had some wildfires there at the same time, and I think we were threatened with a hurricane at one point. So even when you move in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, in the middle of nowhere, I guess there's chances of, of natural disasters like Mother Nature bringing it on. Yeah. So that's why they don't go. Mind you, I don't think I'd be one. These just tornado things are a little bit out of control. Last year, I was watching Reed Timmer. He's a tornado hunter or chaser, and it seemed like every day, all year, it never ended. These tornadoes, and they're so devastating. So I don't think I could put myself in the prairies or the Midwest. Um, I'd rather risk my chances, I think, with an earthquake. I mean, we're pretty lucky out here on Vancouver Island, actually, knock on wood. We're pretty lucky. I knock on wood a lot. I do have superstitions, thank you to my Scottish grandmother. Another one of my ancestors, I'm sure they got her fighting spirit, honestly. She was maybe no taller than 4'10", and boy, she ruled our family with an iron fist. Nobody questioned her. Yeah, but I got my knock on wood, save rabbits, or the old salt. Can't remember if it was over the left shoulder or the right shoulders. I do both. I'm just, I'm just not one that wants to take chances. Gosh, this year. Oh, I'm not even going to say what can go wrong next because I know something. Well, if there was actually something that could be done to change the trajectory of what my fortunate times have been this year to actually make it into a plus. Other than selling my soul or doing something that would hurt someone, I would do it. not good. But today, bed. And yesterday, as I mentioned, I did try to go online. I don't know, 3 or 4 times, and nobody. Well, my husband came in, and he got a headache and left. um, I can't even entertain people in the next room sometimes. But yeah, that was a big no. I guess I don't look interesting enough. I should put my dog, get Miles in here and sit him in front of the camera. But more people would come in to see my dog, I think. But it all takes time and patience. And right now, time and patience I have. Well, time I have plenty of patience, and I'm learning. This is my life lesson to teach you patience. Patience. Yeah, so yeah, that's just sticking that TMJ in there. Let's make it a little more difficult to talk today. So I don't know how. I mean, like I say, there's no holiday today, other than Dewey Decimal System Day. Tell you the truth, let's make something of the Dewey Decimal System. When I was a child, and I'm sure being autistic, this contributed a bit to this. Um, Not only did I do a decimal system in my entire dad's library, but I took it. My uncle had made a stamp with my name on it. I stamped the inside of every single book, and I think a couple were first editions, so that was not a good idea. But yeah, I had to have my dad's library, and it was a pretty big library. Completely, I frozen. Oh, there I am. That was the thing. So I laugh. Oh, really? Oh, yeah. No, a tornado. I'm sure that's something you would never forget. Yeah. In 1999 when we drove across Canada we were going to Winnipeg to a wedding. I can remember we were in Saskatchewan, and I probably might even have this on videotape. I'll have to look for it. And we counted around us. I think it was like 14 small tornadoes, and we were freaking out. Oh my gosh, what's going on? And not only that, it was 1989. We were all dressed in this like new clothes, we weren't going to visit relatives. This neon spandex stuff, which I don't think they wore in Saskatchewan. So finally, we're parked at the side of the road, and these other cars are parked sort of behind us because I guess we're a larger car. Go through all this and try to get into this little town, this little cafe. We go in, and we're like, oh my God, you would not believe this happened to us. Got all these farming people looking at us like, ooh. These people from some other bloody planet in their neon spandex clothes. And we found out, well, hey, no. This is just a daily occurrence. Don't worry about it. But yeah, that was just scary knowing they were there. And yeah. Oh, right over the house. That's scary stuff. Yeah. When the energy in those, well, even the winds we had here a couple of weeks ago was freaking me out. I can't even imagine. Can't even imagine. It's a Wizard of the Oz stuff, I guess. I have a friend that moves to Nova Scotia, and almost from the first couple of months, a hurricane, was it Ivan or something, hit her. And I just can't imagine. We got it darn lucky here on Vancouver Island with the weather. Don't mind living in a rainforest at all. Let's just keep it on the level. Here you get the odd big wind, and you go to Pino, or even I guess down to Victoria, and or Souk or the area, and you get quite a show and an experience, and it's a tourism thing. Yeah, neon spandex. It's funny because my husband yesterday bought me. He showed me this attic. I said it was for like Timu or something. He had these men's spandex gold pants. And he said, "Can you imagine me wearing those?" And I said, "I remember in 1989, we dressed you up in spandex, took you out to Manitoba to see your relatives." Oh my gosh. Yeah, they weren't used to that kind of thing in Winnipeg at that time. But yeah, it's funny. Actually, Ian, one of my Hawaiian honeymoon videos. Maybe I'll put that on the Facebook page today. I won't do it here right now because I want to hunt for it. And one of the rare times that I'm on screen has me ringing this big huge bell at this Japanese temple, and I'm wearing my pink spandex shorts. Mind you, that was 1991, so obviously the spandex hadn't worn off in my family. But yeah, oh my gosh. But I can't believe, boy, my husband must have really loved me for him to allow me to dress him in those and march him in front of his family. Mind you, um, I just bought well, my uncle, this is the living wheel thing, and so we were able to buy a cash paid brand new car. So I guess for a brand new car, anybody would wear spandex. Oh my gosh, how could those have ever been comfortable? Oh, when I think about it now, I just don't, I have that the autism thing with the sensation. I really don't like a lot of things touching my skin. I guess I had more tolerance for fashion in those days, but yeah. I'm seeing actually a lot of those bright neon colors and that. Now that I've been going, I'm just about, yeah, I'm going into 1990 in my Christmas 20th century playlist of television. So yeah, the fashions have been quite interesting. Um, I did. Oh, I did go for the big hair once too. Oh, what a horrible picture. Oh, I went downtown Vancouver. To you remember they had the school for hairdressing there. Don't do that when you're getting a perm for the first time. You have two people. I had one girl working on one side, one girl working on the other side, and I guess they weren't really working in conjunction with each other. And I don't know, it's just almost like a big mushroom head thing on top of my head. And now is it any question why I don't cut my hair now? With what I went through when I was young? Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I don't like I don't know how I put up with that. But, what you do when you're, well, I was what, early 30s, fashion, yep. Who chooses these fashions anyways? I don't know what they were thinking of in the 80s, 90s. That hair was a lot of work. But, oh, yeah. No, I just don't like I don't know. I don't like the feeling of anything constricting or spandex would not work out for me in these days. I can't believe it's still a thing on Temu, anyways. But yeah, uh, yeah. I don't appear in very many of my home videos. I did make a lot of that time, but I was behind the camera. I was always very conscious, about everything. I don't know. Maybe who sees himself as they really are, anyways. I guess. Of course, I'm gonna see my experience through somebody who's not is eccentric or um, maybe everybody feels the same way. I've actually lost my there's this where we insert cricket sounds when we learn how to edit. But yeah, I gotta put on the coffee, turn on the coffee, which I mean, this was very 3:30, I think. I thought I'll set up the coffee so later I can just need to push start. And then I'll have coffee, right? Go get dressed, change my shirt, watch some news, try to control this pain. But you know how it is. It's automatic. You turn it on, switch. So I thought, oh, good, my coffee's going to be cold when I want it. And it is. But you know what? Usually I take a long time to drink a cup of coffee. So it would be cold anyways. Oh, yeah, it's actually, I've got the window open here and it's quite toasty. Just before you came in, there was somebody from Winnipeg. And yeah, they were just getting their day started. But I was mentioning it was brutally cold there. And I bet it is. That's why I don't live there. I'm more of a, well, I guess this is the Hawaii of Canada. This is as mild as it's going to get. But yeah, I would prefer the tropics. I would prefer, um, I don't know Hawaii now because I don't really think I would want to live in the United States. But I would consider looking at other islands, places. You know, oh, let's fix it. As long as they got health care. Health care at this age is probably one of the most important things we got to think about. Yeah, I was waiting for that. Oh, I was wrong on that. The health insurance, whatever it was, down there south last week. I thought we were going to have somebody who had to go through a painful cancer with a family member or lost a child because they were denied insurance. Never expected it was going to be, not like that. He was like went to Ivy League schools, private schools. As a younger man, a boy, um, lived in Hawaii too for a while. But I think this is what we're going to hear. We hear that quite often. Who's the last person you would expect? Oh, he was such a nice guy. Oh, he had so much to give. And as we're seeing it play out, is there's a lot of people, like maybe they will disagree with the way that he took everything into his own hands. But there's a lot of oh, there's a lot of people who are losing their lives, being denied the medical aid they need, and yeah, this is bringing that conversation up, and that isn't a bad thing. That especially now because man, I just I've had Crohn's disease like for most of my life, so I do belong to a few Facebook support groups and that. And I've seen what happens to people. Like it's expensive. This one Crohn's medication, I think it's about $120,000 a year. So I know it's expensive. But the thing is once you're stable on it, you're living a normal life. Because somebody with really really bad bowel disease, irritable bowel disease, Crohn's disease, and that, there is just not a life. You can't live a life, and then you get stable on it. But the problem is, if you take that away, you get really really sick again. And I remember, I don't know if there was changes. This is years ago, probably when Trump was in. Actually, I remember that they took away funding for this one drug, and so many people got sick, and a few died. I do know a few that passed away. I can remember that, but I can remember how heartbreaking it was for them that all of a sudden, they'd been stable, they'd had a life for the last few years, and all of a sudden this is just. Who can afford $120,000 a year for a medication? I mean, even my Crohn's medicine, I have $15 a pill. And when I'm in active Crohn's, I have to take 3 a day. No, I have to take 2 a day, 3 times. It's like 6 a day. So that's what, 45, $90 a day. That's like about $100 a day. You can afford $100 a day for your medication. Maybe this is going to start some. I'm sorry somebody had to lose their life, but gee, a lot of other people have lost their lives in a lot longer, painful process. And maybe this is a conversation that we're needing to have. Here I'm again talking politics and that I really is not my forte, and I was, wasn't planning to speak about. But how can you not? I mean, that's why these things happen because people don't. Yeah. So Iowa says, for those who can't haven't got the playback yet, I knew a lady who went to the states for cancer treatment because insurance didn't offer cancer treatment here in Canada, and thankfully was cured. She did a fundraiser for yeah. There you go. Fortunately for in my family story, my husband's cancer was able to be cured here. But I mean, you're gonna when it's your family member that's suffering, you're gonna do anything to try to get them help. And what would have happened here? They would let that person just. So yeah, it isn't 100% here in Canada. It may be better in some points, but I don't. We live in a civilized society. Apparently, I know it's getting worse, but people shouldn't have to go. Like for instance, during I think it was March of 2020, my husband was diagnosed with bladder cancer and began treatments about a month later. So this went on the whole time we were in lockdown and beyond. We were lucky it was caught when it was because, when COVID hit and everything else could put in the back burner, he would not have gotten caught. But still, he still worked. He still continued going to work because he was he was Walmart greeter. The store did stay open. So he did continue to work through his treatment and then in was that May? No, that August I broke the fracture of the vertebrae in the middle of my back, and I made do. And he continued working, continued cancer treatments, and then I broke a few vertebrae in my lower back, and he had to stop work to take care of me. He couldn't go anymore. So this was also the gap in between getting our old age pension. So he couldn't work. He had to take care of me, even though he had cancer and he was still going to work. So how came the credit cards? Because it was we had to give up our car. We had to give up every expense we could. How came the credit cards? We would order from food delivery for our groceries. I can't remember the name of the company is anymore. One that delivers, and all the extra service charges and everything. Our debt went up, and our debt right now we're still struggling. We can't afford 3 meals a day now because we're paying off our credit card debt from that time. But I've had to put together a GoFundMe to try to just try to get this debt paid off. The time he had cancer, I had a broken back, and never mind my Crohn's disease and everything else. And here we are in Canada with the great health system. And even though he was cured, and I'm very, very thankful for that. It just everything happened, fell into place for us. I don't think that senior citizens should have to go put a GoFundMe to try to live a normal life. It's just it's hard. Yeah. Yeah. My husband's been a remission too, and that's every now he's only having to go 1 year. I do believe. So it says he in a year. So yeah, But we're still always really worried. And now too, then that's the other thing is you're probably eating cheap dollar store food isn't the best thing for a person who's trying to build up their health and that. But because of because of the system. So I'm hoping. You gotta have hope. That's pretty much all I got left. I mean, I got $15,000 worth of debt so far. I've gotten $50 worth of donations, which I'm extremely thankful for, and appreciate every cent because that's $50 down. It's all going into account that's basically is debt. I guess, but I really really hope that either my website is discovered and I can start making revenue from that. I mean, that's almost left. My husband can't work anymore. He's almost six. Well, he is 68 years old. A cancer survivor. He shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to. I want to. I mean, I enjoy creating content. But the thing about creating content is it's on the internet and it's there and people can use it and it's for free. Nobody ever thinks that that the people creating the content aren't making any money. Not that I started out for the money, but I just don't see why it's so hard. Yeah, no, I do not believe that the government cares. They don't care about senior citizens. We're just a burden as far as they're concerned. You don't see any. You don't see any extras for. Yeah, sure enough, we're going to get this GST break, which is fine for people that have money. People are going to spend money. You know, I hate to say it, but it's the most nutritious thing I've probably eaten in recent months is I did have actually a real meal the other night. I had a bit of chicken tenders and mashed potato and peas. And that's the first real meal I've had in 9, 10 weeks. Usually it's like either oatmeal or jello, a lot of jello. I've actually got some frozen fruit to put in the jello now, so I'm getting a little bit of nutrition. But mostly, I have the boost. That's it. And I even had to. Is this an extravagance getting boost? But yeah, no, I'm afraid that they don't. And I don't know. Well, I'm going to quote Utah Phillips in this and say we're all used up. And unfortunately, a lot of people, that's the way a lot of people think about older people. Yeah. Uh, you get older and you start realizing why older people are grumpy and that because they hurt. You get to a certain age and your body's pretty well had it from years and years of work and work and worry and raising a family and all that. And who's going to be not grumpy if you're in pain all the time? Especially, when you're in pain all the time and nobody wants to hear about it anymore. It's just like, oh, be quiet already. Do you have anything else in your life? Well, I wish I did. And again, once again, my chat room here has turned to the subject of pain. I guess it's just very difficult to escape if that's what your life is. No, I hear my Labrador Retriever giving a good shake out there. Must be almost time for he has to have his morning toast. That boy is a spoiled boy. His morning toast, and then his little walkie, and then lots and lots and lots of big kisses. Because he's a Labrador Retriever, that's what they do. I might try popping on a few times. I don't know what's going to be a good time. Like you had to yeah, besides 5 a.m. This has become sort of a pattern now. Like I said, one morning, I do wake up in the morning, like especially this morning. I thought, oh, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this morning. But you get up and it worked out. Oh, yeah, the GST break does not help. Persons with disabilities, the carbon tax is oh my gosh, 61%. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know. It's ah, this cost of living for seniors is just cost of living for everybody, but I mean, seniors, they don't have anything left to take away from, especially if you're only on a basic pension. There's nothing to take away from. There's nothing I can give up anymore. I've given up everything. You know. And people say, well, there's help out there for people. There's not help out there for us. The people who get the help are the ones that can get around and apply for that help. And, priorities right now are people, really, they are with. If I had an addiction, I'd have a doctor, I'd have, money, I'd have probably people bringing food over. But no, I just have an illness. So I'm not a priority at all. It's just, yeah. Well, maybe, Canada is, as far as I'm concerned, the lesser of two evils right now, because I'd be very, very scared down in the United States. Even in Hawaii, like I said, Hawaii. But, and of course, there's a lot of places around the world that are a lot worse than this. But I just wish people were kinder to old people. I'm always going to be kind to old people, even if I'm old, which I am. But yeah, I'm going to try to pop on and see different times. And so nice to grow a community here, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's just, it seemed like YouTube was the last thing. I've been on all the other socials. It's the last thing for me. And I'm sure, I don't know how many people like to listen to me babble the way that I do. I don't know how much sense I make. I even going off from here to there and tangents and whatever. But I think I'm going to have to pop off now because I'm getting those stabbing pains in the abdomen and the back. And although I do have a medication that we're supposed to relax my digestive system, and a few little parts that are just still refusing to behave. So the other medication my doctor retired, gave me is cannabis. So I'm charging my pen now. I have a little bit of that and see how that works. And by, I don't know, 9 o'clock, if I'm not feeling better, I'll opt for a gummy. I don't like to take a THC gummy at 5:30 in the morning because, seems like an awful early. Yeah, you have a really amazing day too, Isla. I appreciate your friendship and I appreciate you coming here in the morning. And I hope you all the best. Hope you have a great day today. And maybe we'll see you later on. You never know. I might have something interesting to share. Here's a tear. The tears starts escaping out of the eye. I think it's time to I guess call it a morning and get some Labrador hugs. So if I can find my mouse, oh, there it is. I'll say good morning and farewell for the moment. And perhaps we'll meet later on. I'm going to have an easy day, watch myself some 1990s Christmas television, and use the old mind power to beat this pain, because sometimes that's what works best. So we'll see you later, and you have a wonderful morning.